Okay, so
Hey, what's up?
hi, my name is Odalis Hernandez, and I am the director for the new web series Thru 25. I'm here sitting with Andrea Daly, my very good friend, who is our first featured guest or musical guest for the series. How you doing, darling?
Lovely.
Lovely, good. I believe you. So let's get to know you a little bit. What's your background? What's your story?
My story. I have to have a story, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm an artist.
Yes.
So you have to have interesting things that happen to you.
And you're in New York. How long have you been in New York for?
About 6 years.
6 years. Okay. What brought you to New York?
I actually just really wanted to live in New York City.
Okay.
The suburbs of Michigan are very homogenous, and I wanted to be in a place with lots of artists and people from all over the world, and New York has got that going for it, for certain.
How did you end up in music?
I don't know, music. I
How
was
did
actually...
you choose music, or did music choose you?
Oh
or
yeah,
something?
music chose me.
Yeah,
It was choosy like that.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to be a writer actually, and I was convinced that I was going to be a writer. And I went to college for creative writing, or I was going for creative writing, and then I ended up getting involved in a cappella groups and all kinds of musical ensembles on campus. And
Singing.
yeah, singing. But I
Okay.
did arranging for them, and
And
yeah,
you
and it
play
was...
the piano too, don't you?
Yeah, but that started a long time ago. So that my mom had me start taking piano lessons when I was 5, because I think so. I was involved in all these musical ensembles at Kenyon in Ohio, where I went to school, and I fell in love with it. And I was taking some music classes and got so involved in that I ended up double majoring in English and music, and then I still wanted to do more music, so I ended up doing like an honors thing in music and just dropping English altogether.
Wow.
As an
Now you
extension.
compose
Classical music.
classical music.
Yeah, I am.
That's a pretty big
finishing
stretch.
my
Just a tad.
Yeah.
Tell me how that got tied in very nicely with a bow. So you started with singing, and then you majored in voice.
Yeah,
and
I
now
started with singing.
you're
Well,
composing classical music.
universities don't really have programs for being a pop singer-songwriter unless you're going to Berkeley or something. But not in rural Ohio. They don't have singer-songwriter majors. So, and I didn't even know that I was interested in that yet anyway. So I was singing a lot. I was in a cappella. I was in an a cappella faculty-directed ensemble called the Chamber Singers, directed by someone I'd consider like a life mentor. His name's Dr. Benjamin Mock. And we were performing all classical music. So I mean, that got me very interested in more technical stuff, and the compositions that I did for the few classes that involved composition that I took were all classically based. And so yeah, I started off thinking that I would use that interest in film music, to write film music, and then I got more interested in more academic classical music, and then while I was living in New York and applying to grad schools, I heard Sarah Bareilles' album, Little Voice, and I was like, oh my gosh, she plays piano, and she's cool.
Oh, well,
And I didn't know those two things were possible, like, in the same person.
Being cool and playing piano?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
There's
like
a lot of sexy people out there who do
stigma.
that.
I mean, unless you're Elton John, so I've discovered
The
a lot.
epitome of sexiness.
Right.
Right?
So I've discovered that it's possible. But when I heard Sarah B's album, I fell in love with it, and I was like, maybe I can do this. So that's actually what got me into songwriting, and since then I've done both. Yeah, so I ended up writing that song for a friend, really, whose his dad passed away from cancer a few years back, and I distinctly remember being on the phone with him and not, like, you want to make it better, right? You want to be able to say the perfect thing, and then just, make all of their troubles go away, and you actually, there's nothing right to say, you want to be there for them, but especially because he was a few states away at the time, like I couldn't just, run over and give him a hug or something.
Right.
So it was just a struggle to know what to say, but also to not know exactly what he was feeling. So the song is about what I imagined he might be feeling, and also at the same time not knowing what to say. And so it's this combination of that you're trying to be braver than you really feel, and pretending to be brave. And
so the show. What did you think? What did you think about the story? I know you knew nothing about it before.
No, I didn't. No, I trusted
You're
him.
like, I trust you. Just ran with it.
I think it's a cool idea because there's no life manual, right? I mean, there's no when you first have kids, there's no manual except maybe Dr. Spock's book. There's no manual that's like how to be a good parent.
What book? Spock has a book?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, we'll move on from that one.
There's no manual for like growing and maturing into an adult,
yes.
which happens, throughout your entire life, but a large chunk of it happens in your 20s.
In your 20s.
And there's no one shows up in like a, spirit animal or something. Like, this is what you should do today. This is what you should accomplish.
So you have some sort of clue.
You're just completely lost. And,
yeah.
and the way that you get through it is by having friends. Yeah, New York is great. It hasn't worn off on me yet. I still like it.
Okay.
I mean, I wanted to be here for the diversity and for the artists everywhere and all the different cultural experiences that you can have just by walking down your block.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that it's all a bed of roses. For example, on my block, I live on a very, very busy street. It's not like a pretty tree-lined street near a park or something. It's a main drag. So the traffic, the noise pollution is obscene. And you can be trying to sleep in on a Sunday morning, and the cabs are just like, I don't know. I feel like they're all in a row, like playing Twister on each other's horns or something. It's just like it's constant. It doesn't stop. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Most of New York I just love, and there's music
Tell me the
all
good.
the time.
Tell me the good. Tell me your favorite.
So last night I went to a show at Rockwood Music Hall.
I've been there.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
I
a
can say
fantastic
that.
venue. Adrian Godot is a guitarist he has a regular event called 1x5 at Rockwood Stage 2, and he gets a bunch of different singer-songwriters to front his band, and they back him up for all their songs. And so they had like 5 different guests at every show. And so I left my apartment at like 7 o'clock, got there 15-20 minutes later, stayed for the whole show and saw 5 different singer-songwriters, with a great band behind them, and then wandered home. It was great. Like, you can't do that in
not everywhere.
Suburban Michigan.
No.
It was cool.
You'll get a garage band maybe, but that's it.
Yeah.
You're right. I do think it's quite charming that you can run into all these different things just by wandering.
It's easy to find culture. You don't have to look for it.
Right. I like that. I like that a lot.
Searching.
Much does it outweigh the
Yeah, it outweighs the smells and the
noise
traffic.
pollution?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so future. What do you got going on? Any gigs?
Future. I'm writing a musical right now.
You're not.
I am. Did I?
Fabulous. I didn't know that.
I'm writing a musical.
Oh my god. What is it? What genre? What style?
Well, I
what
don't
story?
want to say too much about it
Okay.
because it's still kind of a secret thing.
Ooh.
But it's fun.
Ah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Okay.
And I have a co-writer. His name is Jeff Beanstalk. He's a fantastic book writer and lyricist, and we're collaborating on doing the music. And we're working on the first act right now. There's a showcase coming up at the Laurie Beachman Theater on October 21st at 9:30.
Okay.
If you're interested.
Okay.
And that's going to be a bunch of Jeff's work. It's going to be featured, but there will be new songs from our show that get premiered that night too.
Okay.
A lot of really, really great Broadway actors and actresses are going to show up and sing and stuff, so it should be really cool.
Fabulous.
I have a Rockwood show scheduled for January 6th, which is a little ways away, but
Okay.
Don't be afraid to put it on your calendar.
Absolutely. I told you already I would try to make it. So you already have an album out.
Yeah, I have an EP out. I'm
And,
working on
demo,
a
right?
full-length album. Yeah, so the stuff
Okay.
I have sort of like recordings scattered here and there. You can find all of them on my website, but the
Which is?
www.andreadailymusic.com. Were you saying it so I make sure I don't forget my website?
No, I was really happy I knew it. I was like, I know what it is.
Nice.
That's the AB.